Let's learn about Java constructors, details about constructor, what are constructors, and how we create constructors. So, before we understand constructor, I wanted to understand this again. Means we have covered in this last video, which is we have learned about basics of classes. So, where we have created one class and then we have created another class which we are calling an object method from that class, which is for set dim. So these are some of the uh, functions which we called, which were just passing some of the values and then it was getting assigned to that particular instance variable, width, height, depth. So this is what we have learned, and you saw that this is getting called this function and then just getting assigned to that particular instance variables. So to do this initialization and then passing to this, so this is a tedious task to initialize all of the variables in a class each time an instance is created. So Java allows automatic initialization of the objects when they are created. So this automatic initialization is performed through the use of constructor, and this constructor has same name as that of class. Once defined, the constructor automatically called when the object is created before the new operator completes. So let's see once again this. So what we have done, we have created one object my box 1, right, and then as new box class, and then we have assigned means we have called set dim is one function which is what it is doing. It is assigning the values which are getting passed to this variable to this width, height, depth instance variables. So doing this two lines of code is again tedious task. Every time we need to create an object assign like this. So this is a tedious task. We can avoid this. So how we can avoid this? By using the constructors we can avoid. So these two lines of code we can avoid, and this function also we can avoid by just using the constructors. So what we can do now, you will see uh, whenever so this is our modified class now, and this is the second class. So you see this is what we have created, my box 1 and my box 2, new box class and new box class. So these two objects has been created and has been called this. So what does this does, like box class is one class name, and we can create another method which is without parameters. Here we what it can do, it can assign some values. Width is equal to 10, height equal to 10, depth equal to 10. Means what does this means? Whenever the object is created, it it automatically initializes some values to that particular instance variables, and that can be used in this volume function which is being returning some values. So this is nothing but this is a constructor box. This name of this function or method will be same as class name. That's why it is called as constructor. Now uh, the another type of constructor is parameterized constructor. So the first we saw without parameters. You see here we don't have any parameters. The other one we can see as parameterized constructor. What we can do, we can create box class my box 1 is equal to new box class, and we can pass the values directly here. So this is a dynamic initialization of variables which are passing these values to this variable. So now you will see we have three parameters here which is specified double data type w, h and d. So you will see uh, so whatever the classes which are created from here, getting values passed to this, and then it is getting assigned to that instance variable width, height, depth. So this can be used in the further calculation of volume of that particular box. So that can be calculated here as now. So this is parameterized constructor. So it is also having same name. It doesn't have return type. So just initialization of the object, so we don't need a return type here. So that is a difference between method and constructor. Then now coming to another operator, which is this operator. So sometimes a method will need to refer to an object that invoked it. So one object is invoking another method, so that time means we need this keyword. So we can use this dot width is equal to w. So you see here two objects has been created, initialized and created. So one is passing this different values 12, 24, 20, and the other is passing 15, 25, 75. So whenever it is called, so it should take this. Whenever my box one is created, it should take these three values only, not these three means. So that's why we need this keyword, so that it will refer to the object which is calling it. So this dot width, this dot height, this dot depth. So this is just a securing that it is not using anything false or wrong. It is just using the correct object whenever it is called. So that is the use of this keyword. Then another important concept about in Java is garbage collection. So since we are creating different objects on of the classes, they are getting allocated dynamically, memory getting allocated to them dynamically by using the new operator. That means whenever we are creating this new object, some memory is getting allocated to that particular object. So this is a dynamic allocation. So that means whenever it is allocating some memory to an object, it is getting created. So to deallocate a memory from an object is called garbage collection. So suppose we have created one object, some memory is getting allocated. We have used that object in a program, and after some time is at the end of the program, we don't need that object. So we need to, or the system or the Java virtual machine should deallocate that memory. So that is called as a garbage collection. So all this is done by explicitly. We don't need to destroy the object in the program. So if you see other C++ programming, so in that C++ you or C programs, you have to use dealloc like or malloc, memory allocation, and deallocation specific methods to allocating and deallocating memory. But in Java we don't need it. In Java it is automatically taken care by the Java virtual machine. So then there is a finalize method. So sometimes an object needs to perform some action before it is being destroyed. So what happens generally means if the object is not being used, Java virtual machine will just destroy that object. But sometimes we need that object before being it is destroyed. So if it is for example, if an object is holding some non-Java resource such as file handle or character font, and a developer want to free these resources before the object is being destroyed. So for that we have to use finalization or finalize method. So this is a one standard method finalize, where we can specify that by performing these operations, after that only you destroy these objects. So that is we are just indicating Java virtual machine not to destroy this object if it is not being used right now, but I wanted to perform some operations before it is being destroyed. So I will just mention that in this code. So this is how it is. And we use this very rarely, not always, but whenever there are some specific operations like file handling or something, then only we will see this. So we will see this in practical. I guess this is what I wanted to cover in this video. I hope you have understood. If you have any questions, then please put it in comment section. Thank you for watching.